So my idea was to make it as true to our time in the 80s as Hawks was to his time in the 50s.
We're going to be taking a look at one of the greatest horror films of all time, John Carpenter's The Thing. The film opens up with a spaceship heading towards Earth. We cut to Antarctica, where a Norwegian helicopter is chasing a dog. Then we're introduced to MacReady. The helicopter makes it to the American research station, but unfortunately, one of the Norwegians accidentally blows up the helicopter and himself. The other Norwegian shouts at the Americans and tries to shoot the dog. Then he gets killed by Gary. After the incident, they're trying to reach somebody, but they can't get nothing.
We gotta report this mess.
Look, I haven't been able to reach shit in 2 weeks.
They decide that they're going to go investigate the Norwegian base.
But it is a short haul. An hour there, an hour back.
The dog goes into somebody's room. They find some unsettling things at the Norwegian base.
My God.
They bring back a corpse, and let me tell you something, it has a face only a mother could love. Clark puts the dog from earlier with the other dogs, and this happens. MacReady gets Childs to burn it. Blair tells the men what kind of enemy they're dealing with.
It's imitation. We got to it before it had time to finish.
After watching some Norwegian videotapes, MacReady, Norris, and Palmer fly out to the crashed UFO.
I'd say the ice it's buried in is 100,000 years old, at least.
Blair runs a computer simulation, and it doesn't look good.
Nope.
Windows finds Bennings being assimilated. It doesn't get too far because MacReady burns it. Blair has sabotaged all of the vehicles, he's killed the remaining sled dogs, and he destroys the radio to prevent escape.
You don't understand! That thing wanted to be ours!
You better watch out, Childs. Blair is not playing around.
I'll kill you!
They finally bring him down. Somebody has broke into the blood supply, and things are getting heated.
Oh, come on. That key ring of yours is always hooked to your belt.
The morale has reached an all-time low.
Nobody trusts anybody now.
MacReady, Windows, and Knowles find the remains of Fuchs, and it seems like he has burned himself alive. The crew thinks that MacReady is the Thing.
You're gonna have to sleep sometime, MacReady.
Oh, real light sleeper, child.
Norris has suffered a heart attack, and the doctor attempts to save him.
Blair?
What the fuck? You've got to be fucking kidding. Childs tells MacReady that he is not getting tied up.
I mean it.
MacReady isn't playing around. Then we finally get to the blood test.
The blood from one of you things won't obey when it's attacked.
Palmer is the next one up. Imagine being tied up next to this. Windows gets absolutely destroyed. MacReady blows up the Palmer thing. They've all been tested and everything seems to be okay.
I'd rather not spend the rest of this winter tied to this fucking couch!
It's revealed that Blair was building a spaceship.
Something he's been making.
It's a ship of some kind.
They decide that the Thing is not getting out of here.
Maybe we'll just warm things up a little around here.
That's all she wrote for Gary. I'm gonna miss his eyebrows. They were pretty spectacular.
Tied to this fucking couch!
MacReady has a showdown with the enormous creature.
Yeah, fuck you too!
Insert explosion. Then we're left with MacReady and Childs, and it's a pretty ambiguous ending. That was John Carpenter's The Thing, and this is one of my favorite horror films of all time. I absolutely love this movie. Now, I really enjoyed The Thing from Another World, but where that was limited with the creature just being one form, this one does something completely different with the fact that it can take on many forms. It can be a dog, it can be, your fellow, survivor, which I think is really frightening because, even the tagline to the movie, man is the warmest place to hide. That's very frightening because it can take on shape. It can imitate your fellow friend that you could have known for years and you would not know that he is the Thing. Very frightening. The concept, the isolation, feeling of the movie, the atmosphere, the effects. I fucking love all of it. I think this movie is the pinnacle of special effects, of atmosphere and isolation, and even the characters are really good. You got characters like MacReady, Blair, Norris, you've got Windows, Knowles, you have Fuchs, you have Gary, Childs, if I didn't mention him. That is hard for me to remember, so many characters in horror films, but this one, it's so easy because they're all very good. And the thing about this is, in this plot, this story, if your characters are not good, your movie's gonna absolutely flop. But the characters in this movie, I think, are absolutely fantastic. And the actors, the acting in this movie, they play their part so fucking good. So overall, I love this movie, and I highly recommend you check out John Carpenter's The Thing. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned, because we're going to be taking a look at the 2011 prequel.